Today I'm going to show you what it's like being a Hermes driver. But first, coffee. One in there, one in there, coffee and water. Right, all loaded, ready to go. I've got to get to the depot to pick up my parcels. It's 9:45. It takes me about half an hour to get there. I get there for about 10:15. If it's a good day, I'll get in straight away because you have time slots. I'm on the second time slot. If it's a bad day, like yesterday was the first Monday after Black Friday. So yes, yesterday was manic. I didn't get until like 11:15. So I was sat there for about 40 minutes. But that's rare. But let's get to the depot and we'll talk a bit more about it then. Right, so I've just rocked up to the depot. I'm waiting to be called in. Hopefully shouldn't be too long. But before I get started, and we start on with this day so I can show you sort of a day in life as a Hermes driver, and we'll talk about the financial stuff towards the end of this video. Just so you know, I am actually a contractor. I don't work for Hermes full time. I come in for the seasonal work. I've done it 2 or 3 times, and I don't work on a pay per parcel rate. I work on as a contractor, so I'm on a day rate. But we will go into details of pay per parcel rates, and if it's worth actually becoming a Hermes driver, the pros, the cons, and you know who should really be looking at this work. So just for full disclosure, I'm a contractor on a day rate. I'm just doing it for the Christmas period. Today is Tuesday, the 30th of November 2021, and I'll be working all the way up to Christmas till the day before. I think Christmas Eve will be my last day doing this, and then I'll be back on my normal everyday work. So right, I'm going to wait for some parcels, and yeah. Oh, just so you know as well, it used to be that there used to be loads of little depots around Norwich. And that's why I'm doing the work, and you used to go to these little depots and get filled up, and they've centralised it in Norwich, so it's all in one big depot. I don't know if that's the same everywhere, but in Norwich that's the case, and it seems to work a lot better than it did last year when I did this, when it was just a bit manic. But right, let's go and get some parcels. So this is what I've got today, and these 5 are from yesterday, which I didn't deliver. How you going, are you? Going, lovely.
Have a lot more space.
That will help. Right, all loaded. Looks like mayhem, but I know where everything is. Got to get to the first drop. Got to get to the first drop. Yeah. So I've just left the depot at 11:15. It only took me sort of 20 minutes to get loaded and get sorted. I've driven to my first drop. I'm just outside my first drop. It's now 20 to 12. I've got 84 drops today. I know it looked like mania back there, but because I've got the van, I can sort of load things how I want, and everything is where it should be. I do it sort of in an alphabetical system, because I know my route really well. I know where all the roads are. I've done it for a few weeks now. I've figured it all out. But you probably saw people fill their cars up to the top. They have to sort them out beforehand so they're all in order, because with a car you don't have that luxury. But because I'm in the van, I do. So yeah, let's go and get the first drop done. 1 of 84. I reckon 4 or 5 hours I can get this done. Let's do it. Doesn't look like anyone's in, so I'm gonna have to use one of these thingy-bobs to say where I'm gonna put it, or that I've missed them. You've seen them before, you know what they look like. Just gotta fill that in, put it through the letterbox. Right, 2 really important items you need when you're doing the multi-drops and stuff. Number 1 is a phone charger in your car or your van, because you will use a lot of battery. I use about 70% of my battery in the day. I know that's not going to kill my phone, but if it's already low or it's a longer day, you might need to use charge it up to get you through the day. Second of all, high vis, highly important. Always have your high vis on. It's a safety thing. You know, you're technically working on the road all day. You'll be in the road, on the road, getting in and out of the van or the car. You'll be on the paths, so you want to make yourself visible, especially this time of year when it gets dark early. Sort of 4:30, 5 o'clock, it's dark. I'm on the road, I'm still delivering. I want people to be able to see me, so make sure you have some sort of high visibility item on you at all times, and wear it, more importantly than anything else. Another thing to know real quick is that a lot of this is done through your phone now. They actually expect you to use your phone to scan all the parcels, so you scan them all in on your phone and you use your phone rather than using scanning devices, which some other places use. But Hermes, they have an app, they make you use your phone, which is good in one hand because, you know, it's easy to use, it's on your phone, it's quick and easy. But the second, on the other hand, you drop your phone all the bloody time doing this. So just be careful, get a phone cover for your phone in case you drop it. Bad weather, rain, all that other stuff, it will affect your phone. So make sure you've got a cover or something for your phone. So, comes to route planning. When you get to know a route, you don't actually need to have a route planner. People often say, oh, you need to download certain apps, and some of you might want to. If you're in the countryside, they're very useful. But if you know your route, and after a few weeks you will, you don't really need a route plan anymore because you know where everything is. Especially if you're in a city, you learn the streets very quickly. But if you're just starting and you need to learn an area, or you're in the countryside where a route planner is pretty much necessary, there are apps out there like Circuit. You can get an app I use all the time for my regular work is an app called Delm 8, which is really good for finding addresses. So yes, they are useful tools, but after a week of doing the route I was doing, I knew all the roads. So they're good to start with, but if you get a good city route or something that's in the suburbs and you're doing the same streets every day, after a week, they sort of are null and void. So there you go. Bumpy Farm Road. Oh, bloody hell. There we go. Oh, I really am in the middle of nowhere now, but it'll be worth it. Oh shit, another hump. What have I got myself into? So I'll show you this place real quick. I absolutely love delivering here. This is Lake View. Stunning place, right in the middle of the countryside. Oh no, parcels are falling out. Hang on a sec, hang on. The problem with sliding door van is your parcels fall out. Right, yeah, just for a show around here. This is absolutely stunning here. 3 parcels for 1 house here. Beautiful lake. It's all an old stately home. It's been converted into flats. You do get to see some nice places as you're wandering around in the wild, out in the middle of Norfolk. Is it this one? Yes, number 6. Beautiful place, beautiful. Back to the van. Right, let's talk about routes real quick, because they are actually quite important which one you get. You can get one that's in the countryside, which won't be a huge amount of parcels and will be a lot of miles, which isn't great because obviously you pay for your own fuel. They tend to pay a bit more, but it depends on the amount of parcels you get to see if it's worthwhile. Or you can get inner city ones, which also tend to pay a bit more, but less miles, but it's harder to deliver because you've got shops and you've got hard to park and things like that. Then you have the more sort of estate areas where they probably will pay a little bit less, but they're easy. You can park up anywhere and you can just run in and drop. Hermes has a huge turnover of drivers. A lot of it's to do with the routes they get. If you get a good route that has loads of parcels every single day and the parcels pay well, it actually becomes quite a good looking job. But you don't really get to choose your route. So if you get given a crap route, and this is where the high turnover happens, because someone will get a crap route, they won't like it, they'll leave, and then they will have to get someone else to jump on and do that route, which is a crap route. So they'll do it and they'll hate it and leave, and so on and so forth. This is why you have people that do it for years, and some people that only do it for a week or two, and they're like, screw this. So having a good route is really important, and they all have different monetary value. Certain routes will pay more money than others. So if you get a route that has loads of parcels, you're going to make more money. For instance, the route I'm doing at the moment, on one of the days I had 26 parcels. And it's a more expensive, I think this pays roughly 70p a parcel, the route I'm doing. But even if you round that up to £1, that's £26. It's not a lot of money. Yesterday, 130 parcels. If it's £1 a parcel, that's £130, which is fantastic. But that was the day after Black Friday. So you expect a lot. Plus, I didn't work Sunday. I'm doing 6 days a week at the minute, and I'm averaging between 65 and 85 parcels a day. Not a huge amount of parcels, but it's an easy route and I can do it quickly. But like I said, I'm a contractor. I'm not working as a Hermes driver. I'm on a day rate, so it doesn't really affect me. For most of you guys who are watching this, who want to become Hermes drivers or are looking at that, you might be looking at the price per parcel, and it's not a huge amount of money. Now, think of it this way though. If you, let's say, £1 a parcel, 80 parcels, that's £80, and you do it in 4 hours, that's £20 an hour. Not bad at all, really. But at the same time, it's still £80 a day. Also, you've got to take out your fuel, your car insurance, your tax, your wear and tear on your vehicle, because that is not being provided for you. That's your own money. I go for about £100 worth of fuel a day. Not a day, bloody hell, that would be a nightmare. £100 of fuel a week. So over the 6 days, I will top up my van at about 100 quid's worth. I'm doing about 70 miles a day. So there you go. They're the numbers. We'll talk more about if it's worth it in a minute at the end of the video. Right, I don't know if you can tell, but it's just started raining. And I haven't brought my waterproof gear, like an idiot. So I'm wearing jeans, trainers that get soaked, so my socks will get soaked, and this jumper isn't the best one. So another quick tip: you know it's bad weather. Oh, hair just flicked me in the face then. If you know it's bad weather, get your waterproof gear on, so that you don't have to be an idiot like me and go home soaking wet and freezing cold. Yay, right. Still loads to go. Let's crack on. Right, real quick, if you didn't already know, when you get to a block of flats like this, big block of flats, and it has an intercom and you see trade, if you press the trade button, it should let you in. It doesn't all the time. This one doesn't actually work. I'll find one that does. But if you're trying to deliver lots of parcels to lots of different apartments, trade buttons can help. So bear that in mind. So here we go. I found one that actually worked. Press the trade, let you in. Simples. Right, I'm about halfway through and I'm starving, so time to get some lunch. Let's go grab some. Let's all go to Tesco's where I buy my best clothes. Tra la 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 la, la 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 la. Grab one of these. Haha, full fat, that's what I like. So let's talk about it. Is it actually worth becoming a Hermes delivery driver? And it's yes and no. I know, sitting on the fence there, but let's talk about scenarios. First of all, money-wise, how much can you actually make? So I went into it briefly earlier. You're looking, if you get a route that does, let's say, 80 parcels a day, £1 a parcel, which is the high end, you can make £80. On that same route, 25 parcels a day, £1 a parcel, you can make £25 for that day. If you've got a route that's only paying 50p p per parcel, which some of them are, you're going to need to do 140, 150 for it even being worth going out and driving all day and doing it. And that's for sort of 4 or 5 hours. If you're out in the countryside, you could be out all day, literally up until 7, 8 o'clock at night, because you've got to drive from point A, from village to village to village, and it takes a lot of time. The reason you can deliver a lot of parcels in a day is because everything's next to each other. As soon as you start spreading that out, you deliver less parcels. So those parcels have to be worth a lot more money. So is it actually worth doing? For someone like myself who is a contractor, no. I only do this because I'm on day rate and it takes me up to Christmas. It does this difficult period where it's cold. I can be at home for my family for Christmas. That's why I do it over this time of year. Soon as Christmas is over and the new year comes in, I'll be back onto my normal stuff where I can make more money, but it's longer hours, it's harder work. If you're looking to do this as a profession, this will be your full-time job, then for me, it's a big no. You can't make enough money. You're going to spend money on fuel. There's no guarantee of how much you're actually going to make per day. And for you to actually make a lot of money, you need to do 2 or 3 routes in a day. You can do that. I have seen people that have more than one route and that's how they make their money up. But for me, full-time work, there's just better options out there. There are other multi-drop companies. There's people like DPD. There's places like Parcel Force where you can actually get a contract to actually work for them rather than, sort of working for yourself on these weird contracts that Hermes have. And you can make better money working for those companies. Also, there's just better work out there. It's not long and hard work, but for the money you're getting and how much you have to put in, I don't think it's very viable. Now, that doesn't count for everyone. If, for instance, you're semi-retired or retired and you just want to make a little bit of extra cash, then it can be viable because that's not your sole source of income. If, for instance, your partner, your husband or wife works full-time and they make good money and you just want to make a little bit extra, maybe you're the stay-at-home parent and you drop the kids off in the morning and then you pick them up in the afternoon and you want someone to fill that time gap in, then yes, it is viable. But apart from those sort of semi-retired or part-time and you've got another job, I don't really see how it is. Put it this way, if it's your sole source of income, I don't think you make enough. And it's too much hassle and work and not enough appreciation to actually go and do it. That's why I wouldn't do it full time. But if it's not your sole source of income and it's just to make a bit of extra cash, then yes, you might want to look at Hermes as a business to work for. So in conclusion, if you want to make a career and work full time and make good money, don't go to Hermes. If you want a bit of pocket money, then it might be an option for you. That's my opinion. I know people are going to be in the comments shouting and screaming obscenities at me, but that is just my opinion. I do this, like I said, as a contractor. I'm on a day rate. I'm on good money. And as soon as Christmas is over, I'll be back doing my other stuff. I can walk away from it tomorrow. It's not a problem for me. There we go. That's my opinion on the Hermes. So I've still got a few more parcels delivered today. I've nearly finished, but hopefully you've seen a sort of what it's like a day in the life, sort of dropping parcels off, and you've had what I believe how it all works, and hopefully that's given you a bit more of an insight into the Hermes business. So please like, comment and subscribe, and as always, be safe out there and have a great day.